Nakura YouTube Tuesday. My name is Gabrielle Dunne, and I am a Grants Administrator for the University of California, Davis. Today, I am going to focus my talk on informed consent in biobanking. A biobank is a repository for human biological samples stored for future use in research. Biobanks are important to medical research since human biological samples are often a critical component in research to advance medical care. Some questions to think about are, how should informed consent be implemented when it comes to biobanking? How much control should participants have over how their samples are used in research? There are a few different consent models to consider. Presumed consent models are an opt-out approach to obtaining informed consent. Under this model, it is assumed that participants who are consenting to the collection and storage of their sample are also consenting to that sample being used in future research unless they specifically opt out. Blanket consent models have an all-or-nothing approach. Institutions that implement a broad consent model ask participants to consent to the storage and usage of their sample for any future research. Broad consent models are similar to blanket consent models. However, the consent is usually subject to a few restrictions the participant is made aware of. Dynamic or categorical consent models give the participants the ability to select what kinds of research their sample can be used for. It gives participants some control to exercise their preferences and values. Specific consent models require institutions to obtain informed consent for each study in which the samples will be used. Each model of consent has pros and cons. Generally speaking, proponents of more conservative models, such as specific and dynamic consent models, argue that it is impossible to obtain true informed consent in less specific consent models because the purpose, risks, and benefits of any future research is not yet known. Advocates of liberal consent models such as broad, blanket, and presumed consent maintain that these models are more feasible and cost-effective to implement while promoting participation in biobanks. Determining consent models are appropriate for what circumstances can be subjective based on characteristics of the research institution, such as its size, resources, and culture around research integrity. The need for biobanking will grow as medical research advances as a result of new technology in the fields of genetics and genomics. Addressing issues of informed consent is key to the success of incorporating the use of biobanks in critical future research. Thank you for your time. Remember to check out additional videos at the Nakura YouTube channel.